Hi, thank you so much for tuning in to P2P Relates, where we talk about all things relationships. Thank you for coming back to hear more on our relationship talk. This week, we're going to deal with the importance of dealing with your values, boundaries, and emotional needs in a relationship. Before I go into that, I just wanted to share some of my personal good news. I recently started a business where I'll be distributing Soul Sweet, a sweetener alternative for those who are diabetic or on keto or who have children and they want to keep them away from sugar addiction, since it's integrated in everything in our diets. In the coming weeks, you will see more information about that, so you can follow me there. But right now, we're talking about relationships. The first one we'll hit on is values. Values are the principles that we follow and that dictate how we do what we do and why we do it. You need to know what those are for you. I'll speak for myself and not just everyone else, but growing up, I many times was a chameleon in my belief system, my thought processes. If I was in a relationship with someone, whether it was just a girlfriend or I was dating someone, or I was in maybe a management group of professionals, if I did not establish what my value was in a particular situation, I would float the boat. I would just go with the stream. And so in an intimate relationship, it's really important that you know what your values are, what you value, what is important to you, what your morality is, what is considered good or bad, right or wrong, big or too small. All those things have a weight in your mentality of how you score a thing. And you need to know what that is without apology. Today, Trump was convicted on 34 counts, guilty. There are some of you who are incensed about that, and others of you that may have a party tomorrow to celebrate. But whatever your value is, you need to know what it is without apology. And you also need to know why you stand for what that is you're standing for. If you don't know that when you get into an intimate relationship, it can be very, very dangerous because, one, you may not make the best selection of who it is you're efforting to be with because the values that you have are unclear, or your values are shaped and determined and molded by that person. Enough of that. So the next one is boundaries. Boundaries are when you decide what is your framework. You can go this far. I need it to be like this, or it's not okay. Boundaries say there is a limit to what I will accept, what I will engage in, what I consider okay. It could be how close a person is to me in physicality, or it could be that the way I'm approached has to be on a certain level. You can't speak to me just any old kind of way, or you can't just interrupt me, or you need to know where you need things to be for your physical, mental, and emotional well-being when you're dealing with someone. Again, if you don't know, they'll define it for you. And then many times what that ends up being is a relationship of abuse, where you're subject to their whims and their positions and their values and their perspectives because you didn't set one for yourself. So anything goes. And then the third area, your emotional needs. What are they? Do you need, when I think about Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages, he articulates 5 areas that you may determine are critical to meet your emotional needs. Now, we could go back as far as childhood. to figure out where your need for emotional support and connection lies. But I will say this. If you came up in a family that was nourishing, that connected, that communicated, that loved you consistently, that also taught you boundaries and gave you respect and space, didn't do things that were inappropriate to violate your safety. When you grow up, the potential of you being needy is probably not great, because neediness, I believe, comes from a lack thereof. There's something you wanted for a very long time, and time again, you didn't get it. You were either rejected or you were ignored, but your needs for how you needed to be able to interact with people just wasn't healthy. So I'll summarize just this quick. In order for you to secure a loving and fun and healthy emotional relationship or overall relationship, these three things are very critical. Once you know what you value and what's really important to you, you know how you need people to respond to you, react to you, interact with you, what's okay, what's not okay. And you know emotionally what feeds you, what nourishes you, whether too much or a whole lot, not too much. When you show up in a relationship, you're going to show up whole. You're going to show up healthy. And it's going to be easier to deal with you. You'll be an asset in the relationship because people can relax with you. They can enjoy you. They can know how to respond to you. And likewise, if you've done that work, because this is a series on do the work, you'll know how to give them what it is you want. They may not need what you need, but what I'm saying is, if I respect myself, I don't have a big problem giving you respect because I respect myself. But if I don't like myself, and if my measurement of acceptance and wellness is in how I see you and how you make me feel, then I'm so unstable, there's no telling what you may get from me. So we want to do that personal work so that we can be our very best, so that we can accomplish any goals in life, so we can be healthy and whole. In the coming weeks, not only will I be talking to you about relationships, but I'll also be talking to you about what is healthiness, physically, mentally, and emotionally. What is healthiness? How do we take care of ourselves in those three realms? All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave your comments, and I will see you next week. And I just want to remind you, if ever I don't make it on Fridays, just know that I'm thinking about you. Just know that I'm feeling this tug on my heart that, oh man, I didn't get one out like I promised I would. And go check out some of my other videos on relationships so that you can always be doing the work. All right, come back with you next week for part 3. Bye.